Hi, Dawn here again. I'm just going for a little walk down the end of the garden, so I just want to get my legs working and my muscles built up again and just check on some bits and pieces. So I thought I'd take you down with me because this would be a good chance for me to just see what's happening with the filming. So obviously if it cuts out or messes about, I can just stitch this or play around with it and edit it to give you something to watch. So I know some of you get a bit confused about my land. My house is kind of in the middle. It's a long plot. So we're starting in the middle of the plot. I'm just outside the sun lounge doors. As you can see, this is where the pool is. It's a more cloudy day today, so this would be a good time for me to go for a little walk around the plot, and let's see if you know where you are. So I can't go everywhere because I'm not sure how far I can walk, but let's have a little walk round and let you get your bearings too. So this is where the yucca trees are that I get the fruit from. They've got the white flowers on at the moment. Let's have a look, see if we can get into those. I just come in there, and then after the white flowers, that becomes the fruit, and you can cook those. They're a little bit like potatoes. I've done a video on those. And this is obviously the house here. So this is this area. When I talk about the bamboo, that's where the bamboo is there. And as I say, we've got a long thinnish plot. There is more land down the other side there of the pool. Shall I show you that first maybe? Got some maintenance going on at the pool, but we are filling it up again. I have been in it swimming. Yes, it's just about deep enough to swim. So I have had a little swim to try and build my muscles up a little bit. So this is where you see, I've done a video, I think from down this area. I've done a chat. Actually, I think I've done two. I think I was sitting there where I did a chat about why we do work away quite a long time ago, and you can just about see the swing seat. You can see the swing seat there. We have cushions we've made for it, and this is where you see the water trough where I do a lot of my bird films. So the cats drink from there. Oh, here comes Colleen. What a surprise. There he is. Yeah. If there's filming going on, I thought Pebbles was bad, but he's worse. So this is the view. And then this is down this way. I can't go from here because I'm up on the side of the pool. Look, this is quite a steepy bit. But this is where we're hoping to build the gypsy caravan at some point. It's quite shaded in the sunny time because there's actually a line of different types of pines that you can't see. It's behind this pine tree. There's a whole row, and it's a nice little area, and you can drive down to this little bit, not from that way, from up this way, and that's up this way. I'm showing you now is where the double gates are, where we bring the tractor in. And then if you keep going down this way here, or from this way here, you can actually get to the Hugel areas and the fruit forest. But beyond that bit there, we actually keep it wild, and that's actually our pine mini forest. But I'm going to go the other way. So this is where the stone table is, and this is where a lot of my flowers are. It's my flower area. So those are doing really well. I've got some pretty flowers here. Just keep these together. Got some nice flowers here. And we've got a lot of these starting to come up all over the garden. These are, I've done a video on these, the 4 o'clock flower. They have many different names. And our grapevines are here. I think I'm probably filming into the sun now. Let's turn around. So, not that one, that's the trumpet creeper. That's one of the orange. Oh, it's got a flower on it. See, I've actually got on the tripod, carry it around, which is a silly idea. There, so these are starting to come into flower, and they grow all over the top here. And then we've got 2 of our grapes here, and we've got other grapes elsewhere as well. And for who I was talking to about swinging on bars, this is the bar Mike likes to swing on. And then we've got, obviously, the patio is here. This is where we sit a lot. This is where our 2 little hammocks are, but I've also got a hanging hammock elsewhere. This is the bar. This was already here when we came, the bar area. We got the 2 chairs that need recovering, and that's where we used to do bed and breakfast. That was the guest room, and so they look out straight onto the pool from their bedroom. But for the present time, we're not going to be doing Airbnb in our house at the moment. We're just going to use the outbuildings, the converted stable, donkey stable, which has 2 different Airbnbs it will have. One is just about ready now, the one for 2, self-catering with the outside kitchen, and then we're making another one that's more luxurious for 4 people with its own indoor kitchen and its own toilet, whereas the 2-bedroom one will use the utility block, which is down there, which we used to use the toilet if we were at the pool, because you can see I've just come down from the pool. Let me just pan around slowly. So this is the side wall of the pool. So we just come down, Mike built all these walls and steps and everything Mike built, and we didn't pay for any of this stone. This is all local that we just walk round and pick up. And Mike's done all the landscaping. He's got a video on this, I think, on his channel, Olive Farm Retreat. So most of our big build stuff is on his channel. So as you can see, our olive trees all over the place. We do have 2 olive groves as well, but we also have a lot separate, all dotted round. So again, there's the bamboo. That's our only bamboo. And this is where most of my vegetable crops, my growing bits and pieces are, and the rabbit cages. And when I do my random areas, this is where it is. So it's just down from the pool. This is where the old baths are. I hope you're getting the bearings. You just have to come and visit and then you'll see. So, and this is my mixed beds in this area, and the artichokes in front of that. And then we can carry on down this pathway, and as you can see, this is where the utility block is. And then in the distance you can see the chicken coop where I keep all my pots. So you can see that's not too far away from my growing area. And this is the start of where the guests will have their chill out area. That's down there, so it's away from our house, and one of Mike's outbuildings that he uses for a workshop. Oh, so it was on my leg then, is Colin. And then through this way, I haven't moved so you can see where it is. This is where the raised beds are, this area, and this is where we discovered the pathway, which I've done in another video. So now I'm walking down. You can walk across this way from the house, of course. And then this is where the derelict stable is, the donkey stable that we've totally rebuilt. I say derelict, there was barely any walls and certainly no roof, it wasn't high enough. But again, I have videos completely on that. Just panning around, you can see the raised beds. And get your bearings, that's where the house is, the end of the house. So I've sort of dropped down now levels. Don't forget I'm on the mountain side. So it's another shot of my growing areas and the rabbit cages. It's up there. So it's all quite close together, the growing areas mostly, apart from the Hugel areas and the apple trees. But everything else over this side of the land is together. So you can see how these are all coming on. I won't go into those because you know there's separate videos on all my growing. This is where the almond trees are. I've got 2 big almond trees. We only have 2 of those, but they give us more than enough. So there. You can just wander anywhere. You can see now, look, this is what we live on, mountain area. You can see now why we can't grow in the ground. This could be anywhere, even where you see it looks like just land. These protrude out everywhere, and there's some really huge rocks, and more over this way. It's just panning on that one there. Look, I've got that everywhere, and that's not a big one. So we have like boulders coming out in some areas. So that is the accommodation there. I have done videos on how that's going. As we're walking down further, this is where the generator is, and also where Mike has his tools. This is obviously where we chop our wood. Got some workaways coming, so might get that done. As you can see, or probably not, our land is sloping down all the time now. So again, look, you can see the ridges of rock everywhere. This is why I do Hugelkultur. It's absolutely perfect. So I'm going downwards. There's a lot of olive trees in this area. If you like, I don't like to say tier because we don't really have tiers per se. We just have slopes. But this is another area. This is one of the olive groves. So this is mostly olives and a few pomegranates, and there are a few artichokes floating around. So I'm just walking just downwards in line with where the house was, if you like, almost. We've got so many trees. I think there's about 96. There could be more because we planted a few more. So we've got lots of olive trees. There's some pine trees and cypress trees. We also have, in the distance over there, you can probably see some cacti fruit on the ridge. They grow really well on the ridges. And Mike's put some more Elephantis, the very tall yuccas, there, just because we have a working farm beyond this tier, if you like. And then this is the fig tree you saw me picking my green figs from last year. So these are, oh, some look ready. These are actually ready when the yellowy green and very soft. Yes, some of those might be ready. Oh, we've already had, look, attack of hornets. So I haven't been walking around, so I haven't been checking my crops. And then we go down, this is probably the steepest slope on our land. This is right at the edge, which is fine to go down, but when you're barrowing something up, it's quite heavy. And this is the area where my hay stash, the bottom of the hay stash is. Now you can see why I made it here. So this is where our fence is, but we've actually got more land, but I'll show you why. If you don't know, we have the fence there. The fence is for goats, to stop them coming in. Can you see how the land now tips away? We go up to these rocks, so there's no point in trying to put a bit of fence there, and then it dips right down. You can't see from here, but there is the dry riverbed right down the bottom, and then it goes up the other side. Oh, Colleen, you've come right down here. That's the working farm. Might help if I show you it. That's the working farm. It's one of the goat farms, and that's why Mike's put those yucca trees there. There's no problem with it, it's just if we've got guests, they want to be private. So this is our line here, and this is one of our main olive groves. This is where we're going to build the nomadic bunkhouse with the glass bottle walls. That's down here. And remember, this is only the second half of our land. I haven't gone the opposite way to our house. Maybe I'll do that for another video, go the other way. So this is one of the olive groves. This is the end of this area, is where you saw in another video where Mike was pruning all the pomegranate row of trees. So this is three rows deep, these olives, plus a few extra ones dotted about. This is the other side of the cactus. There's two big ones. We've got other cacti fruit on our land. These are probably the two biggest ones, although the other two are big actually. And these are just finished flowering. Very beautiful, and you know you can eat both the fruit and the leaves. And when you see my rock rose flowers, these are finished now, but this is where they are. I think I've done videos of butterflies on them, or wasps or bees or something. So you can see how deep, this is our deepest tier. This is why I said that slope was deep, and that's the accommodation is up there. And these were all the pomegranates that Mike chopped back. There's Colleen, he just can't help himself. We're having a walk today, Colleen. You're going to be tired too. We'll have to have a little rest this afternoon, won't we? So this is the row of the pomegranates. They seem to be doing very well. These are all the new ones. Probably need some water. I haven't been down here obviously to keep check on these things. You tired now? And from down here they have a nice view as well. So this is next door, obviously no one lives there, no one uses it. The next two plots are empty, and then the one after this way has the house on, but that is the one where our neighbour died, and the inheritors are they're Cypriot, but they live in England, and they're never going to come out, but they don't want to sell it as it's their inheritance. They won't rent it, so it's just going to be left, as a lot of these village houses are. The man who runs the stables offered to buy it at the full price because it was up for sale initially, and then they hummed and hawed and didn't want to sell it. So it's not as if they can't get a buyer. Here we go. Oh, this pomegranate one's doing really well. Oh, that's good. We'll cut those dead bits off. What are you doing? This is why he's called the Goof, Colin the Goof. Mr. Colin Waffles a goof. And I call him Gander now. Goofy, goofy Gander. Bless you, you're so sweet. So this is the view, and as I say, I think I'll finish down this end today, and I'll walk the opposite way from my house to try and give you some bearings next time. Let's see what else you can see this way. By the way, the barbed wire, as I say, it's to stop the goats coming in. It's not a people issue, just in case you're wondering. It's because this bit of fence is so low. This is like just standing normal, so we have to salvage and put whatever we've got to stop the goats, because once they get in they eat everything, particularly the olive trees. If they even bite into the olive trees, it can kill them. So until next time, I'm going to make a slow walk back with Colin, probably have to carry him back. Take care out there, and don't forget Meraki.